you
I'm like,
were
it's fine.
wanting to delve into the Conjuring House, so I have a whole webpage pulled up so that I can actually maybe talk about it, because I don't know as much. I'm trying, okay?
I actually have the Nesper website pulled up,
Yeah.
as well as an article where they of an interview with Andrea Perrin. She was the oldest daughter.
Yeah.
And Nesper is the New England Society for Psychic Research.
Yeah.
It was one of the... What's the term I'm looking for? From my understanding, it was founded... You can give to her for... What? Anyway. Oh, yeah. I can... Nightwolf was saying I could send the pictures I had to you and you could just throw them up, and so the pictures just show up on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always thought he was saying throw it up into live. I'm like, I swear, I just said I couldn't figure out how to do that.
No, for the recording when it gets uploaded to YouTube.
Ah, okay, I got you.
Anyways, from my understanding, NESPR, the New England Society for Psychic Research, was actually founded by, or at least in part founded by, the Warrens themselves.
Okay.
And so their website actually has case files from a bunch of different investigations from the Warrens. Just realized I should probably put my phone on silent, or at least vibrate. That way it doesn't interrupt things. You good? You went all wide-eyed.
Do you need me to turn my volume down? Is that what you're hinting at there? Because I can turn it down if it's too loud. How's that?
We're gonna turn the podcast into an ASMR.
Oh. No. Nightwolf just jumped into my side this time and was like, gosh, madam, I'm not hard of hearing. I was like, oh, am I too loud? And he goes, no, about the picture. I'm like, oh, so you mean what you're saying is you heard me say I couldn't figure out how to put it up there. All right, gotcha. We're good. Or nor. There we go.
Or nor. And so there's a few different things. I mean, I'm basically wanting to go through and read what all they have here on the Nesper website. I mean, it's not long, but it gives enough talking points. And then I'm going to jump over to the other site with the interview with Andrea Perrin. That one is too long to read. We'd be here for an hour just listening to me read this interview. But there was a few points during the interview that I found interesting.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you and I pride ourselves in being pretty open. And we take facts pretty well. Basically, I guess the important thing with the interview is to not let ourselves get defensive over our starstruckness over the Warrens, because it's not all great about the Warrens.
Oh yeah, no, I'm starting to figure that out, like just in a whole, not just that one. I'm starting to notice some things come to light recently that are making me go.
The only thing that has me very on the fence is like it's gonna be hard to completely pull me away from enjoying and liking the Warrens.
Listen, I'm gonna love the movies till I die. Like,
huge fan. Despite the fact that they are vastly different from the original case files. But name a movie based off something that isn't like 90% not what actually happened.
Right. Do you think it would be weird if I chewed gum?
I think you're fine. As long as you're not clumping into the microphone.
I just need something.
And so, the only issue I have, and maybe I just haven't been paying attention. You can hear me okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. The only issue I really have is that so much of this appears, again, maybe I just haven't been paying attention, but so much of this appears to be coming out only after Ed and Lorraine can't defend themselves.
I mean, some of it was out beforehand, but it's just getting more popular now.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll take it for what it is. I mean, it's not all bad, but there are some not great things. So,
Yeah.
this is divided into 4 sections on the website. Okay. So I'm going to read a section, then we'll kind of discuss. Some sections we'll talk about more than others. But
okay.
So this first section talks about the Perrons themselves. In January 1971, the Perron family moved into a 14-room farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, where Carolyn, Roger, and their 5 daughters began to notice strange things happening almost immediately after they moved in. It started small. Carolyn would notice that the broom went missing or seemed to move from place to place on its own. She would hear the sound of something scraping against the kettle in the kitchen when no one was in there. She'd find small piles of dirt in the center of a newly cleaned kitchen floor. The girls began to notice spirits around the house. Though for the most part they were harmless, there were a few, however, that were angry.
How did they know they were spirits?
That's actually something to kind of touch on in the interview with Andrea Perron. Apparently, when they were moving in, like a couple of the girls separately, individually, it's like they're helping move stuff in, so there's not much time to just stop and chat.
Yeah.
But I guess a couple of the girls saw a guy they didn't recognize just hanging out by one of the movers. Apparently, he was in different clothing. They didn't recognize the type of clothing, so obviously from a different age, different era type of deal.
Okay.
But individually, there were at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of the girls, individually, separate from each other, walked into the house carrying a box, stopping and asking their mom, "Hey, who's the guy out there with the mover?" But then they'd go to take a look, and he's gone.
Okay. That's fair.
And so that's one case. But apparently I mean, this all went over the span. They were in that house for like 9-10 years. Mm-hmm. And over that 9-10 years span, they say that there was like over a dozen spirits in the house.
Okay.
I'll have to send you the link to this interview with Andrea Perron. One, so that you can read it, but maybe you can link the article into the YouTube.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because it's an interesting article. And so, but I'm going to touch some of that here later. But honestly, outside of the paranormal, a 14-room farmhouse.
I genuinely...
14 rooms.
I'd put up with the ghosts. I'm just saying.
Right? Like, y'all can hang. It's fine.
Right. Behave yourselves, and you can stay.
Yeah. It's like, behave yourselves. Yeah. It's like, you respect me, I'll respect you. We'll all get along just fine.
Exactly.
14 rooms. Oh, my God. It is a huge house.
Yep.
All right. I had a couple of pictures for that first section. They've got a family photo as well as a picture of the house from the day they moved in. This next section talks about the farmhouse. Carolyn allegedly researched the history of the home and discovered that it had been in the same family for 8 generations, and that many of them had died under mysterious or horrible circumstances. Several of the children had drowned in a nearby creek. One was murdered, and a few of them hanged themselves in the attic. The spirit that was depicted in the film, Bathsheba, was the worst of them all. Whoever the spirit was, she perceived herself to be mistress of the house, and she resented the competition my mother posed for that position, said Andrea Perrin, the oldest of the 5 girls.
Okay.
And so Bathsheba being involved to some degree actually is true. I mean, I don't know that they ever really confirmed that the evil spirit in the home was Bathsheba, but the family farm for Bathsheba was just like a mile down the road from the Perrin family home. And so she actually did live in the area. And I mean, the story of Bathsheba is really sad too. She got a really bad rap, and it's pretty divided on whether she actually did what they were accusing her of. But I mean, just all of that death. I mean, a family home that's been in the family for 8 generations and then has that many deaths to it, it's no wonder that's a hotspot for paranormal activity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the family basically must have died out to some degree. Otherwise, one would assume it would still be in the family. You good?
I'm reading about the Conjuring House. I'm trying to put forth information to this conversation, so it's not you talking to me going,
You trying to look smart?
yes.
SMRT.
Martin.
So that I found that really weird. I mean, a family home that's in the family for 8 generations, and then just one day there's just no family left, and it starts getting sold to random people. Did somebody in the family just eventually go, I don't care, and sell it? Or did the family die out and and the bank had to come in and sell it?
Yeah. Apparently, the oldest daughter wrote a trilogy of books called House of Darkness, House of Light.
She did. That was one of the things I was going to mention later. So good job.
I'm smart.
You're reading ahead, Amber. Now, there's no real order to how we need to talk about this. But yeah, that's one of the things I did find is that Andrea Perrin did write a book trilogy. And she claims it's basically like the personal biography to what actually happened. And in the article, in the interview, it actually mentions that she had offered to let the directors and producers of the Conjuring movie, use whatever they wanted from her books because her books are the real accounts of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the big wigs, the ones above the producers, apparently were making the statement because the directors went and they wrote up a whole script.
Yeah.
Submitted it. And I guess the big wigs went through and told them to remove a bunch of stuff, and most of what they removed was all from her book. And they were claiming that the reason they didn't want to include it is because they wanted to create a movie that was scary, but that people would actually stay and watch all the way through. And that there were too many sections that they were including from the book that it was too scary. People wouldn't stay.
Too scary, right?
right? Like, do you know your viewers?
Come on now, we haven't had a really good scary movie that actually scared me in years. The Conjuring didn't scare me. It was
Right?
good. Like, The Nun didn't really
It's a
terrify me
great movie.
either.
The best I can expect for most horror movies nowadays is good jump scares and a good plot.
Yeah.
But have me leaving genuinely afraid? No, that hasn't happened since I
Yeah,
was a
so
kid.
I'm not buying the whole we don't want to scare the audience too much. Bull.
Right? It's like, make that movie.
Right?
It's like, make that movie. Put it out as a challenge.
Scare me.
I guarantee
Please.
you, people are gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, some information about Bathsheba's involvement. Turns out there was actually a real person named Bathsheba. Uh, Bathsheba Sherman, who lived on the parents' property in the mid 1800s. She was rumored to have been a Satanist, and there was evidence that she had been involved in the death of a neighbor's child, though no trial ever took place. She was buried in a nearby Baptist cemetery in downtown Harrisville. The parents believed that if Bathsheba's spirit... Sorry, I had to minimize the window so it would fit on the screen amongst all my other windows. I need to enlarge this a little bit, because that sentence did not make sense. The parents believed that it was Bathsheba's spirit that was tormenting them. According to Andrea, the family experienced other spirits as well that smelled like rotting flesh and would cause beds to rise off the floor. She claims her father would enter the basement and feel a cold, stinking presence behind him. They often stayed away from the dirt-floored cellar, but the heating equipment would often fail mysteriously, causing Roger to venture down. So the parent family apparently does believe that it was Bathsheba that was tormenting them. There's a lot of divide on that, simply off of Bathsheba's story. And there's a lot of people that genuinely feel that she got a bad rap and that she didn't actually do what people were claiming she did.
The article I have over here says that Bathsheba Sherman was a real individual who lived in the 19th century Rhode Island. However, according to the Burrillville Gazette, she actually died at the age of 73 following a sudden paralysis, commonly known back then as a stroke. As for her children, information for only one, her son, Herbert, could be found via government census records showing that he lived a long life as a farmer.
Yeah. There's no real evidence behind any of the claims. There's just not. I mean, it goes hand in hand with the Salem witch trials. There wasn't ever any real proof that any of them were honest to God witches. I'm like, the Salem witch trials was all just petty neighbors trying land grabs. And so Bathsheba kind of falls under that same category because, again, there wasn't ever any real proof to any of it. And so it's hard. How do I want to phrase this? It's difficult for me to believe that Bathsheba's the big evil there. It's just because power of suggestion? Demon taking on the Bathsheba name because everybody already believes it's Bathsheba and the demon doesn't actually want to give it its name. I don't know.
That one I
It's
can
hard
believe.
for me. Yeah. I believe that sooner than it's legitimately Bathsheba.
Yeah. And a demon won't give you its name because then you have power over it.
Then you have power over it.
So if its real name was Bathsheba, they would have been able to banish it real easy.
Yeah. Yep. So I personally take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I get that the parents did all of their various research and such. But I have a hard time believing it's Bathsheba in that house.
Yeah.
I think there's something else going on there. I mean, with all of the death that happened there over the 8 generations that family owned it, it could be any number of restless spirit that didn't move on and has gone slowly insane over the years too. So,
Yeah. I'm sorry, but the more I'm reading about this, the more I'm starting to realize that maybe the Warrens were the con artist everybody claims they were. 'Cause
unfortunately, it's kind of looking like that.
there's a lot of evidence stating that Bathsheba was literally just a farm lady who went to a Baptist church her entire life and lived really far away at a different farm, and it was the Warrens and the people who lived in the Conjuring House that pushed the narrative of her being this evil spirit.
Yep. One of the things that was not so great about the Warrens is, I don't know where it is now, but somewhere in this interview with Andrea Perrin, she talks about the night of the seance in more detail. We're going to kind of touch on it here in a second.
Okay.
But I get the seance did not go well. But anyways, the seance was created the second to last time the Warrens were there at the Conjuring House, at the Perrin family home. The husband, Roger, ended up kicking them out of the house right after the seance and everything. It did, like I said, it did not end well. But Andrea Perrin comments on the fact that after the seance, they noticed that there were some items from the house missing. Things moving around the house from a haunting and etc. They didn't think too much about it. You're haunted, things are moving. Something missing, say it ain't so.
Yeah.
But years later, apparently, during interviews with Ed and Lorraine inside their museum, they noticed said missing items in glass cases in their museum. Which unfortunately falls into that narrative of Ed and Lorraine Warren being collectors of haunted items, but apparently not necessarily being given or asking for said items.
Well, how do they know that those items were haunted?
I don't know.
It makes you wonder what in their museum is real.
Actually is haunted.
Yeah. And then that brings to light what's going on with their museum right now and how everybody has to be vetted to be able to post their videos.
Yep.
We're not going to go into that one. But the point is that, you know,
I have a lot of respect for Elton. I don't really watch much of his videos anymore just because they're not my style. But I do have a lot of respect for Elton. No shade there. But there's a lot of controversy. What?
What do you mean, what? I went,
You see, it sounded sarcastic.
Oh,
Are you
no.
calling me out?
No. Most of my controversy is like what in there is real now. Like, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that the people who own the museum now believe that everything in there's real, and they're not like conning, whatever, everybody who's going there. But what if they got conned?
I mean, anything's possible. I do believe that there are haunted items there. The question is, what's the percentage? Like, how much of it is haunted and how much of it isn't?
And how serious is it? Like, Annabelle.
Annabelle, is another one I kind of want to do a deep dive on and get a little more information.
Go deep diving into that and learn some more and then come back and talk about it.
At the moment, I have more reason to be afraid of Robert than I do Annabelle.
Yep. That's not even a Warren, Ed and Lorraine Warren thing, is it?
No, I don't think they. I don't think they did, Robert.
We'll have to look into
But then
that
again,
one
the
too.
Warrens already had their haunted doll.
Right.
Sorry. I do still like the Warrens. I love their cases.
And now I have mine.
Mm-hmm. Mine's still downstairs. But mine's Andy, not Annabelle. Not
Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, mine's Andy, not Ann. But anyways, yeah, no, I feel I have more reason to be afraid of Robert more so than Annabelle at the moment.
Yeah.
But I do still want to look into Annabelle as well. The hard thing about really looking into cases is you kind of have to take off the rose-colored glasses to do so. And it's kind of deflating.
We go into this going, wow! And we go, oh!
Oh.
And then you wonder why there's so many people being like, but is it real? But are you telling the truth?
Right? It's like, guys, our plan is to be the non-married version of paranormal investigators that you were hoping the Warrens were. We will not lie to you as proof of the fact that some of our investigations are boring.
Yeah, some of those videos, I did the best that I could in the editing, and it's still just an hour of us being like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
The camera gets nothing.
Editing. It's about what we're getting.
But hey, some of them are actually pretty interesting, so...
Yeah. It's true. We've got some great videos. And honestly, I'm not going to completely discredit the Warrens. I do choose to believe, unless I find something that proves otherwise, that Lorraine really did have a psychic gift and ability. Mm-hmm. Problem appears to be that they chose a wrong path. They chose to use it negatively, not so nicely.
Yeah.
But
that is true. That is true.
And it's just sad. But I'm going to keep looking into their other cases too. And hopefully not all of them make me go, oh.
Right.
By the time I'm done looking into the Warrens, I'm going to be so deflated about the paranormal universe in a whole that we're going to have to go get me possessed to convince me that the paranormal world does still exist.
Are you
suddenly I'm going to be Sam and you're going to be Colby.
I was just about to be like, are you going to turn into the Sam to my Colby over here?
I'm going to be the one going in completely alone and trying to summon the devil. Yep. Like, if you're real, you better show up. Otherwise, I'm leaving. You're going to be standing outside going, this mother...
No, I'll just be outside filming the outro to Amber All Alone.
Yeah, right? Suddenly the channel gets rebranded. Amber all by herself.
Spirit Unfiltered? No, more like Amber Unfiltered and Alone.
Right.
Naked and afraid.
People keep asking, what happened to Chris? Who's Chris? Who?
Ooh, okay.
But anyways, under worst case scenario, I love those movies. They're so good. I'm a big fan of the Conjuring universe. Big fan.
Big fan. Big fan.
Big fan. Anyways, so this little blurb about the seance. Over the 10 years that the family lived in the house, the Warrens made multiple trips to investigate. From my understanding, it was a total of about 5 times over the 10 years. At one point, Lorraine conducted a seance to attempt to contact the spirits that were possessing the family. During the seance, Carolyn Perrin became possessed, speaking in tongues, and rising from the ground in her chair. Andrea claims to have secretly witnessed the seance, which I've heard multiple reports about, and Andrea Perrin admits it herself too. I thought I was going to pass out, Andrea said. My mother began to speak a language not of this world in a voice not her own. Her chair levitated and she was thrown across the room. After the seance, Roger kicked the Warrens out, worried about his wife's mental stability. According to Andrea, the family continued to live in the house due to financial instability until they were able to move in 1980, at which point the spirits were silenced and the hauntings ceased. Now, I do know from the interview article that the seance was actually the second to last time they were there. They came one more after that, but it wasn't really to investigate. Roger had kicked them out so quickly that the Warrens had left, not knowing whether Carolyn was alive or dead.
Okay.
So they were kicked out, they left, they stayed their distance for a spell, and then I guess they came back. I'm not sure the time in between, how long in between, but that they did go back mainly to check on and make sure that she wasn't dead. But
I mean, that's
Andrea,
fair.
yeah, I mean, it's what I'd do. I mean, nowadays we'd probably just like call or something. But um, one of the things Andrea talks about in her interview is that the parents never actually reached out to the Warrens. The Warrens had heard talk about what was going on there and just decided to show up one day.
No call, no letter.
No, just
No,
showed
hey,
up.
how you doing? Can I come see? Can I come visit?
Yeah, no, apparently they just showed up.
I don't like that.
No. And so there is a large section of the interview that talks about the differences between what really happened and the movie. One of the things, from my understanding, probably the biggest thing that upset Carolyn, the mother, about the movie is the movie's portrayal about the family in a whole. That the movie basically, in her words, not mine, I want to preface that. Paraphrasing her words, these are not my words. That the movie basically made the Perrin family out to seem like a bunch of godless heathens. Like that 10-second clip in there where Ed asks Roger, are your children baptized? Are you members of the church? And they're like, no, they're not baptized. We don't do the church thing. And Ed makes a statement, you may want to reconsider that. About how long that clip is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that spot where it paints the family out to seem like they're not baptized godless heathens,
Yeah.
apparently severely offended Carolyn Perrin. Carolyn Perrin. Sorry, it's a weird name. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
were
not
her
being
children actually
disrespectful.
baptized, and did they go to church?
Oh, yeah, they were the kids were baptized. Dad was raised Catholic. She was raised Baptist and ended up converting to Catholicism.
That's weird. Why would they say in the movie that they
Mainly
weren't,
just
though?
so that she. Oh yeah, no, they were born and raised religious. The entire family's baptized. Very, 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 very religious from birth.
Okay.
And so that apparently really upset her. And I'm like, it feels... Well, when it comes to movie plots, I see why they did it, but it also wasn't necessary. Because in the movie, they're trying to paint it where the family's not religious and the kids aren't baptized, solely so that they can create that conflict of will the Catholic Church, won't the Catholic Church, to kind of leave everything hanging in the balance. So on a plot point, I get it, but that's also an easy thing to work around.
Yeah.
The family is Catholic, the children are baptized, priests are on their way, something happened. It leaves that on a cliffhanger and jumps back to the family. I'm like, there's so many things they could do there without almost purposely offending Carolyn Perrin, the real Carolyn Perrin.
Yeah.
I'm like, there really wasn't any real need, no real need for the entire family to not be baptized or religious. There are so many workarounds there.
Hmm?
And so that was a bit upsetting. Apparently, Carolyn Perrin didn't go see it in theaters. She waited for it to come out on DVD before she saw it. And even after it came out on DVD, I think she waited like a year before she saw it.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be a little off on wanting to go see a movie that was portrayed on my family in a house that portrayed as a horror movie. I'd be like, I don't know if I want to watch that. I don't know how I feel about that. Especially if I had no control over anything in that movie.
Oh. Lorraine Warren, she was all up in it. Helped with the script, the works.
Oh, I know. They went to Lorraine Warren instead of the family that lived there.
Mm-hmm. And Andrea Perrin was more than willing to talk about it. Oddly enough, from my understanding, Andrea Perrin's pretty much the only one that will talk about it. Like 7 people in that family, and only one of them is willing to actually talk about it.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, I bring that up simply on the point of Andrea Perrin sounds like she was more than willing to help with the movie and put in her 2 cents, but they didn't want hers. They wanted her POV. They wanted Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, even in the beginning of the movie, instead of saying based off a true story, it says based off the case files of.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, think about the controversy if they had put in there based off a true story. And then there was undeniable proof that they were con artists. Whoever made that movie would not be having a good time.
No. And so, there's some weirdness there. It's not going to convince me that it's not an incredible movie.
I mean, yeah. It's just a work of fiction.
It's like, much respect to Carolyn. Yeah. Much respect to Carolyn Perrin. I get it. And they absolutely could have worked around that. But I love that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is a good movie. I agree. It's just more of a... I take it with a grain of salt because it's a movie.
Even as a fiction. Completely made up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it really is. I agree. And so... But yeah, no, I mean... I'm pretty sure we could go into more in depth on, like... what everybody's opinions are, but the question is, are you ever going to get the actual truth about what happened? Is there any way to prove or disprove?
Dead.
Right.
I'll get all of these answers after I'm dead. In that space in between, before I get... What's that word? Born again?
Reincarnated?
Reincarnated. In that time in between death and reincarnation, I'll know it all. and then I'll get reincarnated.
And you'll forget it all of it.
Again.
I don't know, Chris.
Sorry, I'm
Are you
browsing-
gonna
I'm-
want to be reincarnated back on this earth again?
I'm hoping it's a long in between.
I've been dead for a millennia. It's ready to come back now.
It's like you and I basically confirmed we've been reincarnating for a while now. Maybe this is just our stop on the track through the stars. And then our next life, because, I mean, time doesn't necessarily matter. Maybe we'll choose to go be born when Mars is still popping.
Still popping? Are we talking about you think there used to be life on Mars?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we used to be on Mars.
I do too.
I don't know if you want to go back to that.
I don't know that our viewers are necessarily ready for you and I to be getting that deep into these. I'm like, you and I have had plenty of discussions, hours of conversations about stuff like this. Our viewers are ready for that. Because we get deep. Like, leave your soul open and vulnerable deep sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to do that on...
Live
Yeah.
and or recorded for our fans.
Sorry, I stopped
Like,
mid-sentence because Nightwolf decided...
Open and bare?
I was going to say, I stopped mid-sentence because Nightwolf decided to message saying, I mean, look what happened to it. I'm assuming he's talking about Mars.
Mars.
I doubt he's talking about you burying your soul.
Right. Talk about a delayed reaction. Keep up.
Right?
So yeah, no. I mean, if you want to, I'll listen.
I'm
I
good.
don't know that I want my soul open and bare for people I don't know yet.
Nope, I'm good.
I mean, this may be the podcast. That might be the podcast we do on our
Nightwolf
deathbeds.
says, wow, rude.
Are you getting anybody watching on yours and or commenting? Or is
Oh.
it just Nightwolf?
Well, Nightwolf's the only one commenting, but yeah, people keep jumping in and out. I think I've had like 70 people jump in and out of our live so far. Nobody says anything. They just jump in and they go. And then they're gone. And I'm like, hi, bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around.
Mine looks the same way.
Yeah. I'm starting to worry about Sanders. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. I don't know where he's at. He hasn't been around.
I went and checked through some of his social medias, and it sounds, and obviously this part's getting trimmed out of the podcast. Because it talks about his personal.
We don't have to talk about it on air. If you know what's going on, we'll talk afterwards, because I don't want to air that out to everybody too.
Yeah, I mean, I've got kind of an idea. I don't know details, but I've got kind of an idea.
Isaiah says we gave him advice. I know we gave him advice. And after we gave him advice is when he vanished, so I'm just hoping he didn't piss whatever it was off, and it, like...
And the spirits are eating him?
Yeah, then poof, yep. That's exactly why I'm a little concerned. No, bye-bye, Sanders, okay? Sanders has got to go back.
Very delicate, Amber. Very nice.
No, Nightwolf said bye-bye, Sanders. I was reading a comment.
Okay.
No, see, the
Here's
worst.
the one thing I can't see is your defense.
And the saddest part is that when I post this on YouTube, there's no comments to back me up.
She's lying to you.
I am not. It's right there. I can see it.
Okay. What else do you see?
Wait, hang on. Look at that. Look at that.
It's pretty blurry. I can't see anything. No, it's still really blurry. I can't see it. Sorry,
I can
take
read
your
it,
word for
and then it's backwards on my screen.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
All in all, it sounds like that haunting in general on the Perrin family farm was absolutely legit. There's an entire book series. There's a book trilogy written by Andrea Perrin that I now need to go look up. But apparently the Warrens' involvement was pretty minimal, if not the most destructive part of the haunting.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Don't mind me and the random faces I make. I can't keep my face still, so I mean, like, it just getting. So, so if you're sitting here talking and I'm over here going, it's just because I'm making faces. I know I look crazy, Nightwolf. I know. You don't have to remind me. I know you in person. Your face looks crazy too. Chris, I'm gonna murder your husband next time I see him.
Okay.
Apparently I look crazy, and I'm not helping my case, especially with the whole bye-bye Sanders thing.
Anyways, I mean, I'm sure there's probably more information. I might be able to dig around and find some individual instances of what was going on during some of these hauntings. Yeah. Versus just a general idea of, hey, they were haunted by a dozen spirits over the span of 10 years.
Yeah.
I might be able to find some accounts, some more detailed accounts of specific types of spirits they kept running into and what they would do.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. My dream is to own a haunted house of some sort.
I want all of them. I figure shoot for this moon. If I miss, I'll land among the stars. But my dream is to own all of the big major haunted houses. That list is very long. I needs me a sugar daddy.
We all know that ain't gonna happen. Because there's some people that have their claws in them that they ain't gonna give them up.
You know what I want to do?
What?
Remember how we were talking about the Amityville horror house, about how nobody's like ever investigated it to our knowledge?
Okay.
I'm gonna buy that house, be the first ones to investigate it, and never let anyone else.
Oh, no. We're not doing that. Nuh-uh. Don't be gatekeeping it. If we get it, we share it.
Fine, but I get him investigated anytime I want.
Oh, yeah, of course. It would be ours. Nightwolf says keep dreaming, and I think that he has decided to not support our dreams anymore.
That's what I heard.
Yep. All right.
No, but yeah, I want Amityville. I want Conjuring. I want Valley House would be fun. That'd be a good one.
Oh, also, I did some more...
The Basilica Axe Murder House. That would be a good one.
I did some more delving into that abandoned school in Walsburg that I was told about, and I'm going to put it on the Ixnay list simply because it's old and condemned and riddled with asbestos. And I want to catch ghosts, not cancer.
We went to Granite High School.
I know.
We have cancer.
We already have the asbestos. Especially count the fact that both of us were theater kids, so we were all up in that building that was
We
full
were
of the asbestos.
all up in that catwalk. That catwalk was my baby. I was rolling around in the asbestos. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
We are having a serious ADHD moment. What were we talking about, and how did cancer get involved?
The Amityville
you're wanting
horror.
to mark that school. You're wanting to mark that school off the list. It's the same reason we're not going to that asylum one that was wherever Isaiah. There was another one you had found out about. Gave the information to Isaiah, and Isaiah called someone who said, "Oops, wrong department. Reach out to this person." So we reached out to that person, and they responded with
the Ogden Exchange building. What part am I going to have to cut? Apparently, I'm told that I'm apparently going to have to cut that part out, madam.
Well, while we're waiting for that.
And honestly, if he's worried about people knowing that we went to Granite, I don't
just because we went to Granite doesn't mean we still live next door to it.
They all know that we live in Utah.
Like,
Utah's only this big. And remember, for everybody who's not in Utah, everything is Salt Lake City.
It's been 19 years since I've been in high school.
I graduated in 2009. I'm coming up on 20 years too. In 4.
So, a lot happens over the span of 19 years. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say he wasn't listening because he just rejoined and then went, "Don't remind me." So he heard nothing about
nothing.
Angry Tick. Oh. TikTok. Haha. But yeah, no, like
So anyways. Let's see, what are some of the
Sorry if I seem like I'm zoned out. I've literally, my life this last week has been go to work, come home, like, douche out my house, go to bed, go to work, come home, clean my house, go to bed. Because, like, we'd made a dump run. And then I moved a bunch of stuff out to the shed. And oh my goodness, you can actually walk around in my house now.
What is it?
I mean, it's only taken me, 7 months since my dad died to get rid of all of his crap put away where it needs to go, instead of just having bookcases in the middle of my hallway. Or sitting in the middle of my front room and random dressers just sitting in my dining room. Like, I just stood there and I stared at them and I kept going, "This is too much." And I'd walk away. So I finally got to it.
Good for you.
Thank you. It's hard doing that kind of stuff when you have a parent pass.
Mm-hmm.
We got it all moved out of his house, and once I got it into my house, I just kind of stood there and looked at it and went, "That sounds like a future me problem." And I just left it there. You could watch my TV for like 2-3 months afterwards, and then like I shifted it to where you could see my TV. Because, I have a 10-year-old who's like, "Mom, I want to play games. I want to watch Netflix on the TV." And I'm like, okay. So then I just made him a little window, and he was happy.
I mean, whatever.
But yeah. Honestly, I don't know if there's much more we can talk about.
I have to do a puzzle piece real quick.
Oh no, that means it's gonna do it to me too. Wait, no, I've been moving my mouse around and doing random stuff. That wasn't a yawn. You can't prove anything.
That little puzzle thing's harder than it looks. Really, very frustrating.
Chris. It might only be because
What?
you're mildly impaired.
I am not.
Oh, no, you're right. Oh, no, my turn.
Uh-huh.
Done. Super easy.
It's not though. Mine gets so hard. It's like hyper specific. If there's even a little hint of black between that, it's like.
Oh, goodness, that's hilarious. I'm sorry.
It's literally very frustrating. Anyways, on that note, I think we're good to just about wrap it up. I don't have much more to talk about when it comes to the Perrin family. But they've got a lot of different ones here on this website. They go about with Annabelle, the demon murder trial, which is the devil made me do it. One called Werewolf. Don't know what that's about. Oh, no, that's the... No, I do know about that one, kind of. Then you've got Amityville, the Smurl family haunting, which is Conjuring 2. The haunting in Connecticut, weird. Union Cemetery, Stepney Cemetery,
Why is the
and
haunting
Borley
in Connecticut
Church.
weird?
The haunting in Connecticut it's an odd one.
Okay. Do tell.
I'd have to look back into it to know, like, give you details. And I've never actually read the case file, but I've seen documentaries about it. Not just the movie that was made. The movie was great. Nothing like what really happened. But I've seen documentaries that go over this case, and it's weird.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I didn't even know that Ed and Lorraine Warren were even remotely involved, even if it was just to come and see. A part of me is like, Ed and Lorraine Warren were technically the paranormal world's first content creators in the paranormal world. I'm like, they were basically finding these hauntings. They were basically finding these hauntings and going, "Oh, can we come? What do we do to try and go and do our investigations? We hear a place is haunted. Ew, can we come?"
You make it sound so bad.
So they were basically the paranormal world's first content creators. Anyways, plenty of cases to look through.
Oh, goodness. Ooh, can we come?
Here we go.
I can't. Oh, that's good. That was beautiful. Like, just...
Thank you. Thank you.
You...
And I have no viewers.
I have 3. Now, too, you scared someone off.
Scared them away. Yeah. See, I feel like you and I are funniest in our ADHD moments.
Right. I genuinely feel like I'm a little bit worse than you, because you're able to sit over there just fine. I'm over here, I'm like, slime. Candle. Candle on. Candle off. Candle on. Candle off.
You are having a hard time, I'm not gonna lie. But then again, you can actually sit in one place. I think I've been rocking this entire time. Even as I'm reading the screen,
I wish I could, but if I go back,
rocking.
I go all the way back, and then I really can't see very well.
I disappear.
I'm getting more blind in my old age.
I've only had glasses for 2 years, and I'm already my eyesight's getting worse.
Right.
People have even asked me, and they're like, "So are you ever going to get contacts?" And I'm like, "Not really, no." And they're like, "Why? They're more comfortable." I'm like, "Because it would require one, and most importantly, it would require me to wake up earlier each morning just to stick my finger in my friggin' eye."
I'm gonna be honest. Once you get used to it, it's super fast. Like 2 minutes, and I'm like, and then
Then
the one
point
day that I
number
need.
two. Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, and then there's those mornings where I need to get them in super fast, and then like my right eye decides it's all like there's something here. I'm like, but there's nothing there. It's like, but it hurts, and I'm like, no. So then I take the contact out, contacts clean, eyes clean, drops my eye drops, blink, put it back in. It's like, no, we still don't like that. So then I have to throw that one away and get a new one, and then it goes, this is acceptable. Until I'm on the road, and then it goes, actually, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm driving here.
Yeah. Anyway, reason number 2. Uno, dos.
Point number 2. They're a great accessory. I feel like they complete my face. I mean, personally, I'd rather see this face than this face.
So because your eyes are like this big right now.
So, but yeah.
So you want to know something weird? I'm gonna completely change the subject. So for me to make something for Sunday, I needed butterscotch syrup for like ice cream. The grocery store didn't have it. No spot. Couldn't find it anywhere. They also didn't have caramel extract. Couldn't find that either. Anywhere on the baking aisle. So I had to order them off Amazon. Yeah, because I wasn't going to sit there and drive around to like 4 other stores looking for this stuff. I was like, what is going on here? And they had everything else I needed, but just not those items. And I'm like,
That's funny.
I feel like butterscotch syrup should have been like there. That's a very well used item.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to change the subject for a second because I'm still stuck on the fact that they didn't have butterscotch syrup or caramel extract. I was really concerned.
That is weird.
Right? Sorry, there's a reason that I went there. I turned around and I saw this, and this is one of my decorations for Sunday. And it was just a triggered event.
At least you know why. Alright. For those of you joining us live, thank you. We see you. For those of you lurking,
I don't see
but
you.
haven't officially come all the way in, don't be afraid. Come on in.
We know you're there.
We do. We know they're... Yeah. For those that did not join us live and are catching this recorded on YouTube, where were you? We missed you.
Right?
But most importantly, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, select for all notifications, and follow our socials.
Nightwolf just messages. He goes, AKA Sanders. After you had said, where were you?
Yeah.
Whew. All right, anyway.
And on that note,
we'll see you in the next one.
We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Peace.